about trainer. I have completed my graduation in computer science and engineering. I'm trained in DevOps and ASP.NET developer. My passion is to share knowledge, and the scope of the demo is topics on Git, and the course outline is what is version controlling system, and compare Git with others, and why it is called distributed version control system. Create a local Git repository and operations like commit, pull, push, clone, merge, cherry, pick, and rebase. And then Git branches and how to use GitHub, a remote repository. And the add-on topics of this Git is basics of Linux, and I will teach you how to create an instances of an AWS and how to create the AWS account and how to create EC2 instances and how to use it. And the lab setup, we want prerequisites, and it is high speed internet and a desktop or personal laptop. And the system requirements is 4 GB RAM system, and Git will work on Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. And GitLab access is access to GitLab such as through the GitLab demo. Cloud environment is required for each attendee to practice in the hands-on activities. And additional course resources is documentation. And coming to mock interviews, after completing of course we conduct mock interviews to participants who wants to evaluate themselves before applying for a job, to understand their knowledge gap. That's it. And coming to my certifications, I have done certification in LinkedIn Learning Paths. And after the completing the course, and we will provide the certification. And we can cover the topics in Git is package management and how to set up, and then VI editor and version controlling systems. In this course, I will cover the topics is package management and working with VI editor and what is version controlling and what is Git types of version controlling and what is Git bash, configure Git types of files and Git init observations and how to move files to staging area and how to know the status of these files, how to move files to local repository and how to see list of commits. And let's continue with what is version controlling system. So I will tell you version controlling system. And there are two types of version controlling systems, and one is centralized version controlling system, and another one is distributed version control system. And let's discuss about version control system. And in we can start centralized ver- version control system. In centralized version control system, centralized system, all team members connect to a central server to get the latest copy of the code and to share their changes with others. And the subversion And Microsoft Team Foundation servers are examples of centralized version controlling system. And before that, Git is distributed version controlling system. And in centralized version controlling system, the problem with the centralized architecture is single point of failure. If the server goes offline, we cannot collaborate or save snapshots of our project. That means I can show you how it works. And if the server goes offline, we cannot collaborate or save the snapshots of our project. So we have to wait until the server comes back online. That means we can lose connect of these users. In distributed systems, we don't have these problems. Every team member has a copy of project with its history on their machine. So we can save our snapshots of our project locally on our machine. I will show you how it is. In distributed systems, we don't have these problems. Every team member has a copy of project with its history on their mission. So we can save snapshots of our projects locally on our missions. So this is how we can connect with each other. So like this, we can connect with each other. If central server goes offline, we can synchronize our work directly with others. Git and Mercurial are examples of distributed version controlling systems. Out of all these, Git is the most popular version controlling system in the world because it's free and open source and super fast and scalable. Operations like branching and merging are slow and painful in other versions and other version controlling systems like Subversion or TFS, but they are very fast and Git will. And Git is almost everywhere. More than 90% of software projects in the world use Git. That's why almost every job description for software developer mentions Git. So if you are looking for a job as a software developer, Git is one of the skills you must have on your resume. You should know it inside out. You should know how it works and how to use it to track your project history and collaborate with others effectively. And that's exactly what you are going to learn in this course. Let's talk about various ways to use Git. We can use Git on command line, so we can open a terminal or command prompt Windows to execute Git commands. This is the fastest and sometimes the easiest way to get the job done. That's why a lot of people use the command line. Now, if you don't like the command line, well, you are luck because most modern code editors on ideas have built-in support for basic Git features. Code editors on ideas have built-in support for basic Git features. For example, in VS Code, we have the source control panel, which gives us the essential Git features. These are also extensions available for bringing additional Git features for VS Code. The most popular extension is Git Island, which brings a ton of Git features in VS Code. There are also graphical user interfaces specifically made for using Git here on the Git website. You can find the complete list of these tools for different platforms. We have tools for Windows, Mac Linux, and install a GUI tool. If you don't know how to use the command line, then you are stuck in practice. A lot of people, including myself, use both the command line and a GUI. And that's what I'm going to show you in this course, that really makes sense to use a GUI tool and not the command line. But there are other times that using the command line is faster and easier. So, but there are other times that using the command line is faster and easier. So, well, use the command line at the end of the day. You should use the right tool for the job. Don't like this guy, probably knows him. Our popular superstar developer Carl John Smith. He thinks he's better than everyone else because he does everything in the command line. He never used it. And he looks down at people who do well. Let him think. Whatever he wants, if that's what makes him happy to play so well, we spend most of our time on the command line. But when it makes sense to use a GUI tool, I'll show you examples in VS Code and Git Training because those are most popular tools now. If you have never worked with a command line before, don't worry, I'm going to hold your hand and teach you everything step by step. It's a lot easier than you think. And in this demo, I will start with how to create a AWS account and how to create instances and how to use these two instances. And then I will continue with small commands in basics of Linux. And for example, I will show how to create AWS instances. We can continue with this website aws.amazon.com. It will show like this. First, we have to create an AWS account. Like we have to enter email address, password, and confirm password and AWS account name. Then we can continue. And after that, we have to enter the contact information, and we have to enter name, phone number, country, address. And after this, we have to give the details of the payment and card details, and we have to verify the card, and then we have done with payment. In step 5, we have to confirm your identity by entering your mobile number and confirm your identity with OTP to your mobile number and enter the verification code which you received on your mobile and enter verification code. Enter the 4-digit verification code that you have received on your phone and select basic plan for free. And after that, enter your role and interest. And like this, we have to create AWS account for free. After that, we can continue with Git. Version controlling systems are tools that helps a software team manage changes to source code over time. And for almost all software projects, the source code is like the crown jewels, a precious assets whose values must be protected. Version controlling systems are sometimes known as SCM, source code management tool. Most widely used modern version controlling systems in the world today is Git. Git is mature, actively maintained open source tool originally developed in 2005 by Linus Torvalds, the famous creator of Linux operating system kernel. Uh, Before that, we have discussed the version controlling systems and Git is distributed version controlling system. And, and what is Git bash? How to configure username and email for Git. And in this, we can open command prompt after installing the Git. All of this we can open the Git in command prompt and yeah, the we have to enter the command Git in it, and then we can configure the global username dash dash global and user dot name. We have to enter the name like this and then Git configure global user dot email, and then we have to enter like this to check the configurations. Git config dash dash global dash dash list and we- working directory to staging area and LR, and there are three stages of the files in working directory. These are untracked files and staggered files and committed files. How to make working directory as a Git repository? Simply we can enter the command git init and then we have to check the status of the files. We have to enter git status. Then to moving files to staging area, git we have to enter file name. Git add file name. Suppose file name is F1, we have to add F1. Our file name is anything text document, we have to add git add text. Like this, we have to enter, and we have to enter two or more files. We have to give git add file names like this, and we have to move all files in this tagging area. Simply we have to add git add dot and bring back bring files back to untracked session. The command is git rm dash dash catched and file name or git reset file name. Move files from staging to lr git commit dash m first commit, and we have to give commit names like this: first commit or initial commit or second commit. Then we have to check the file status and we have to enter git status. To see the list of commits, we have to give git log and then remaining files I want to move to LR, then git add git commit dash m in double quotes. We can add second commit and then we have to check the file, means we have to add git log and then we have to see status like this on git status and note is setting username and email. As per git there are three components: working directory and tracked files. Working directory means untracked files and staging area means stagger files and LR means committed files. And then coming to commands to initialize working directory as a git repo, to move files to staging or to bring back files from staging to untracked session, to move files from staging to LR, to check the status of untracked files and staggered files, to see the commit history. Thank you for attending the demo.